Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video for inquiring minds. Yes, I am in my house with my jacket and my scarf on because it is cold outside. It is really cold out there. And so I'm trying to, because sometimes we just will, and this is going off subject, but we will adjust. And sometimes the Lord may be calling you to adjust. And most of the time we want to adjust what's going on. We want to adjust the situation instead of learning. And so that's another topic for a different day. But we have to be discerners. We have to ask the Lord for wisdom, ask the Lord to give us discernment. And I was actually reading about this. I feel like it was in Matthews. It was a couple of days ago. And he was saying how just like in the end times, there are going to be people that are going to be doing things and going to say, yeah, Jesus is the Christ. But they are going to be leading people, distracting people they're going to be leading them the wrong way and distracting them from what the Lord has told us to do. And so we have to be aware of this. And I just had a realization of it last night. And I was just like, Lord, just something in my spirit. And it could just be me. So I'd be like, we had to be careful with that because we're like, in my spirit, But I just really felt uneasy yesterday after I received a message from someone. They were telling me about something. And I felt so uneasy. And that's never been me. But I know I have seen some things here lately, which also could have played a part and made me think like, okay, this is not right. So that could be, I had to pray about it. And I did get like a little bit of a revelation because also it's not our job to tell people, and let me say this right. It's not our job to dictate what people will do when you give them something. Like, that's not your job. Because I do realize that you could be a conduit. So you could be someone who's giving to someone and they give to the Lord could give to you and then you give to someone else, because the Lord has allowed me to actually experience that. And I've experienced it just here lately, and I was like, oh wow, Lord, most of it, because I was like, this is too much for me, that's what I was thinking. And the Lord allowed me to meet people who could use it, and I was like, oh, and so I was able to give it away to them. Now what they choose to do with it is them. And so of course, I'm not saying that we have to dictate what people do with what you gave them. Like, no. So that's not our position to think like, oh, they're going to do X, Y, Z. That's not our position. However, we can't be like, so like casting and I guess this is the Bible, well, I think of the Bible terms of casting your pearls before swines. And we oftentimes don't realize that when we do things, we could be more so hindering someone. And that's why I am stressing about, like, we need to have discernment. Say, Lord, is this you calling me to do this? Or is this me being self-righteous? There we go. Thank you, Lord. Is this me being self-righteous? Or is this me being... wanting to be their God, or wanting to be the one who said I gave to this, or what is it? And I guess that's self-righteous. But also I'm trying to see if it's like I'm trying to judge the person. I'm trying to think of the correct word, because it's like on one end of the spectrum we do things because we want to receive recognition from it, and then another reason why like we will not do something is because we'll say like, well, they shouldn't do this or that. And I had to ask the Lord, like, did I do that did I do that yesterday? After I made the video, I was saying, you have to say no. And I was like, am I saying no just to say no? And then the Lord allowed me to realize, like, no, what you did it was good. And it was because you have to, and I'm not going to say you have discernment. Like, the Lord has given me the wisdom to realize, like, if I'm continuing to help someone do something that I know is not good for them, then that's not, not helping them, no matter how much I want to, or how much they ask. Sorry, I'm like, what is that fly? How much they ask and, or plead or whatever. It's just like, okay, I can see that they're desperate here, but still the Lord is like, no, that's not okay. And so we just have to have discernment in this area to realize, where is the Lord telling you to do? And that's going to look different for, for everybody, but we cannot be so, and I've been called this myself, so this is not an insult. We cannot be so like gullible or naive to the fact when we see something and then we automatically just want to do something. And this is, it's going to be different for everyone's situation. So of course you hate to do a video that is so general like this, but it's also important to do this so that you take each situation you go into, that you're intentional about it, and you're like, okay, let me seek the Lord out on this. And not say seek the Lord out, it don't have to be I gotta wait 10 days to figure out the Lord's like, Lord, the Lord will usually, like I just said, he will give you like a peace or an uneasiness that you're like, okay, this is not right. And that's truly what I felt, and I felt like that was discernment. And someone else may not, get that same discernment. The Lord might not give them that. So it's not up to us to try to dictate someone's discernment either, or say like you don't have discernment because you don't do that. But it's just more so to make sure you're in tune and say like, okay, because the other people that like, they were fine. It didn't seem off to them, but it really seemed like off to me. And so I'm just like, okay, Lord, help me in this area. And I just truly believe it was the Lord saying like, no, this is not where I want you to give. I don't want you to give into that. So that is the message for today. I was going to say tonight, because it is night. That we just have to lean on the Lord and ask him for discernment, and ask him to guide you in whatever situation it may be. Because of course he knows what's going to happen